The Truth the Girls.
Hi everyone, Truth the Girl Sonia here. Well, here's a story that's very weird. Billionaire PayPal founder admits to drinking children's blood. The billionaire founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel, has admitted to drinking the blood of teenagers in a bid to extend his own lifespan. The 48-year-old has funded startups dedicating to extending the human lifespan and claims that people are conned by the idea of the inevitability of death. During an interview with Inc.com's Jeff Bercovici, Thiel admitted that he harvests young blood and infuses himself with it in a practice known as parabiosis, which he claims is the closest modern science has come to creating an anti-aging panacea. According to reports, Thiel spends $40,000 per quarter to get an infusion of blood from a teenager during the process of parabiosis, which means the biological joining of two individuals. The huge expense involved in anti-aging parabiosis could lead us to a dystopian future where the wealthy who wish to live forever will thrive on the blood of the poor who will die at a normal age. Okay, so obviously, you know, this has the ring of a fake news story, but I went to check the source. Inc.com, which is a sort of online magazine for business people. Okay, so I'm looking for this interview with Jeff Bercovici on Inc.com, and I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to find one, but I did. Peter Thiel is very, very interested in young people's blood. The contrarian venture capitalist believes transfusions may hold the key to his dream of living forever. So they go on to say that Peter Thiel is very interested in life-extending technology and believes society ought to open its mind to life extension methods that sound weird or unsavory. Speaking of weird and unsavory, if there's one thing that really excites Thiel, it's the prospect of having younger people's blood transfused into his own veins. So apparently there really is such a thing as parabiosis. I looked that up too. And there's all kinds of information on it. Does young blood reverse aging? Aging research, blood to blood. Summary of parabiosis experiments. The next health fad, blood transfusions from young people. That one is from Technology Review. Parabiosis is a surgical union of two organisms allowing sharing of the blood circulation. Attaching the skin of two animals promotes formation of microvasculature at the site of inflammation. Doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. And there's a picture here of these two poor mice who've been joined together. It's like creating conjoined twins. I think that's pretty horrible for the mice. I don't like to see that. Anyway, Peter Thiel is not going to have himself turned into a Siamese twin with the teenager, but he is interested in another form of parabiosis which just involves transfusions from younger people, and there is a company called Ambrosia which actually is doing sort of experiments with this. Healthy participants age 35 and older get a transfusion of blood plasma from donors under 25. And researchers monitor their blood over the next 2 years for molecular indicators of health and aging. The study is patient-funded. Participants who range in age from late 30s through 80s must pay $8,000 to take part and live in or travel to Monterey for treatments and follow-up assessments. Apparently they do this transfusion process about 4 times a year. There are widespread rumors in Silicon Valley, where life extension science is a popular obsession, that various wealthy individuals from the tech world have already begun practicing parabiosis, spending tens of thousands of dollars for the procedures and young person blood, and repeating the exercise several times a year. In our April 2015 interview, Thiel was seemingly explicit that parabiosis was something he hadn't quite started yet. A Thiel Capital spokesman said nothing has changed since then. This isn't approved by the FDA, like for the Fountain of Youth or whatever, life extension, but you can purchase blood components as a sort of natural health therapy. So here's the original article, and clearly Thiel is interested in life extension technologies. He's given a lot of money to companies that are involved with this. Possibly he's given money to Ambrosia, but it didn't say that in this article. They just said that he had contacted them. And he's interested in this type of parabiosis, but he said in 2015 he hadn't done it yet. And supposedly still hasn't done it, but who knows, maybe he has and he just doesn't want to say. So there's some truth to this article. I guess in the end it is kind of fake news, but not 100%, you know. There is such a technology, not drinking it, but infusing it. And Peter Thiel is interested in it. So I think that consenting adults, albeit young, if they want to give their blood so some Ambrosia company can do something with it and sell it to rich people, I guess that's their business. I mean, they are adults after all. They're old enough to drink, to get married, to drive a car, and to vote. So they should be allowed to decide what they want to do with their own blood. And if some rich people want to pay to have it transfused, well, that doesn't really surprise me. I mean, people do lots of things to try to stay young and healthy. I'm pretty sure that even if you had a bunch of blood transfusions, you wouldn't live forever. Although, there is a possibility it could work. Case in point, Keith Richards. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but I wouldn't say it's the same as like taking kids from foster care and tapping their veins and drinking their blood by the light of the full moon, you know, in a graveyard while howling like a wolf. But that would make a better headline. So let me know what you think, and thanks for liking and sharing this video. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.